All right, and last things last. Now we're gonna talk about Ford v Ferrari. I see some
Yeah.
people will call it Ford versus Ferrari, but no, it's actually Ford v Ferrari, right?
Yeah, so
Well, I want
do
you to
that.
do the. Sorry.
So why they had to do that V bullshit? The worst movie ever had
Because
a V bullshit.
I know,
And
but it's so classy about it. So it's not
no.
versus, it's V. It's just V, right? Yeah. Well, I want you to do the synopsis on it if you don't mind, right? But
Right.
I'll just kind of kick things off by saying that I would say that this was one of the one of my most anticipated films of the year. But I admit when I saw the first trailer of it, I was blown. I was like, all right, this is really cool. Like I've never seen. I have no idea or context as to what this story is about. But I was like,
Right.
all right, it's it's Matt Damon, it's Christian Bale. It'll be two great actors. It's James Mangold. You know what I mean? Probably one of the most underrated directors in the game right now. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he has just been he's just been putting out like just great movies over the years actually. Not just with Logan, mind you, right? Not just with Logan. I would say the Wolverine was pretty decent as well.
Yeah,
Treated to
no, it's good.
Humor, yeah, Treated to Humor, which also had Christian Bale. Really dug that. Great
Yeah, yeah.
revisionist, great sort of like revisionist western. Walk the Line was great. Even Identity
Yeah.
was great. You know what I mean? Yeah, that man, I would say, yeah, he is one of the best directors in the game thus far now. So it's like, all right, cool. We're doing, we doing cars now. We're doing sports cars now. So all right, then
Yeah.
it's a period piece. Okay, this could be interesting. Not too deep into that world, you know what I mean? So I don't know everything that there is about NASCAR and that car culture kind of stuff. But hey, it's a great director. It's great actors. What could go wrong, right? So
Right.
what is Ford v Ferrari Dawn of Justice about?
All right. Yeah. So it starts off with uh Carl Shelby, right, played by Matt Damon,
Uh huh.
and he won the what I call the Le Mans. So the Le Mans is this famous car race in France. They had
Yes.
to be going for 24 hours, roughly a 24-hour race.
Uh
This
huh.
long lap system. Anyway, but he's supposed to retire because he have a heart condition. And basically, what happens is that I forget why the feud or the whole feud started, but um, Lee Iacocca, played by Shane Meng.
Yeah.
Um,
Shane Meng was in this. Like, what? You were this too?
yeah,
What?
Lee Iacocca is like one of the most famous Ford presidents for like the longest, for the about a hot minute. He
Yeah.
was in charge of Ford um, for a long time
All right.
uh, until but back then it was Henry Ford II, Henry Ford's son, the original Henry
Yes.
Ford's son.
Right.
And so I forget what happened exactly. Oh, right. They they started off where they had to be basically had to have him wanted to test the new wanted to basically win their own race, and they wanted to become their own racer, beat Ferrari and try to
Yeah.
beat Ferrari. And the idea is that Ford is this big generalized company to beat Ferrari. But what happens is that they originally went to Ferrari to buy out Ferrari, and Ferrari said no, and then Fiat set them up now. So
Yeah.
so Ferrari use Ford as a way to just pop up the price for Fiat now. So Fiat end up buying them out,
Yeah.
and Ferrari at the time had no money, just broke. So that was the kind of little business shenanigans that went down. But what happened
Mm-hmm.
is that they decided to um, get Carl Shelby to build a car for them because the Henry Ford II was so insulted by Ferrari. You know, Ferrari insulted him, telling him, "Hey, you're a shit and you can never make cars, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you're not up to your father mark and all that kind of thing." He gave vexed. So see, I got destroyed earlier, and so he have um Carl Shelby has Ken Miles
Yes.
play
Played by Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, right? Racing for him. He's a great racer, and but he's a real counterculture type, and
Yes.
kind of don't give a shit about anybody. Kind of hot tempered.
And he's
You know,
British.
right, he's very
But
very
yeah,
British.
which is established
Yeah.
early on. Yeah, he's British, so
He
yeah.
was in the war. He was in the war. He fights. Blah 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 blah. And that is where your story starts off, where it's just this kind of revenge grudge scenario started up between Henry Ford II and Ferrari. And yeah, that's just your story. It's just them. The whole story is them having to build the car, test the car, make sure it work, and then what happens that the ups and downs and of them telling all the back and forth between Carroll Shelby and then the Ford Motor Company's upper echelons of design and marketing people. I forget who's the other guy who was kind of the asshole character in the storyline. Was alongside Lee Iacocca's character. But he's always played a douche in movies. Um,
That
I
would be
forget his
Josh Lucas, right?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I
One
forget
guy
what
that
the
didn't even know he was. He plays
yeah.
Leo Beebe. That's how you pronounce his name.
Apparently, right? Yeah, I forgot who it was. Anyway, yeah, he himself personally hated Ken Miles, so he kind of used to try to railroad and blacklist Ken every chance he gets, and it's a whole back and forth with the two of them, and that's basically your story. And then the story, the ending now. Well, it's time to review now. It had to get to the Le Mans race where they had
Yeah.
to basically take them on. But what happens is that they went a year before, sometime before, and they failed because they didn't bring Ken along as a driver. Fail hard because they didn't understand the car, didn't understand things. And then this time they decided to bring Ken along to take out his. The main reason that they win is because of Ken. That's the story.
Right.
That's pretty much it. So I have nothing else to think about. I thought this movie was fucking awesome. Loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
It was. And just to interrupt for a bit. Even like I said at the very, very beginning of this episode here, I went into this like I just there was just a bunch of shit that went down. Just getting stuff done, running errands and whatnot. So I was worried
Yeah.
that by the time I sat down to watch the show, I'd just be pissed off. I'd be tired. I wouldn't I wouldn't be on board with what was going on there. But fortunately, I was though. Like I was invested in it. I would
Yeah.
say not too much though, because once again, this I don't know much about the characters and just the car culture, all that kind of stuff. But in terms of okay, I am passionate about this, but we have these big wigs people here now who want to pretty much exploit me now to for their own ends, or they don't want to use me at all, even though I am telling you all guys, yes, I have what it takes to put all the guys on top. I mean that to me is what really stuck out the most to me. I mean, even though like that to me is like the big universal message, like the artists and just the big corporation,
Right.
and
Yeah.
how they want to use that
They
artist.
did that, yeah, they did that very well. The whole technical arty person versus the commerce side of arguments, no? And business and shenanigans. You could get into that, and yeah, it really put the big business in a bad light in this.
Especially the four people, but it's like, geez, man,
I
like
thought it's complete bad.
you're some assholes, man. Like, come on.
Yeah. But the thing is, it puts the film puts Leah Iacocca in good light, because the thing is, well, what I found strange, well, I didn't stay for the entire credits, but Leah Iacocca recently died sometime earlier this year. So I
Okay, well,
thought,
they didn't mention that in not the
right, so
post credits, but
I
just
thought it would
the
have been
stuff here.
in memory of Leah Iacocca or some shit like that, right?
Okay, no, they
Uh,
just kind of
no,
mention Carol and Ken and their
it's about Ken.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
about them and how they were honored and all that kind of stuff. That's what they said,
right,
but they didn't say anything about Lee at all.
right. So I don't know, but the thing is, so I thought we was gonna get something like that, but that didn't happen. Anyway, it also puts Enzo Ferrari in a good light as well, kind of.
Yeah,
Um,
kind of.
kind of, because in the ending, when he give the hats off to Ken and thing, okay,
Yeah.
that's a nice one in the ending.
But I like the actor who played him. No,
Yeah.
he's an Italian actor from what I've seen here, Remo Girone or Gironi, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. But yeah,
Right.
no, this I don't know, this is swag he had, the cockiness about it, like are they really serious? Like, oh, they really want to buy me out? Like, really? Like, I just
Yeah.
love that about him, though.
Yeah. And I just enjoyed this so much. They nailed the relationship between Carol and Ken quite well.
Yeah, I agree with you. They did, and I like the fact that because it's not so much a feel good movie, because it's not too serious, right? They have a couple of serious
Well,
moments here
yeah,
and there.
I
Yeah, but
I
like
don't think that's saccharine in it, eh?
no,
To tell
but
you.
I like the fact that they didn't play them as oh well, we just this comical duo, you know what I mean? Like we don't like each other
Right.
one day and we cracking jokes the next day. It's like no, but there's this kind of business really, so, well, this kind of bond basically, but it's all about, just being behind the wheel. Like they know what it's about and they know what they have to do is just getting along and doing what they had to do. And yeah, just the friendship that they make was endearing in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And but they make it you get a sense of history with them. It had a lot of great little humor jokes, especially Ken's character. Like it had a really funny part for me when he started driving the car for the first time. And he was insulted the car, and then he just goes right back into the car immediately after. But clearly he
Yeah,
loved
yeah,
it.
I
Like,
remember that.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot of great moments in it, and it is a movie. They didn't try to make it like realistic or anything like that. It's a saccharine narrative, clearly,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they make it work.
Right.
Especially, I'll say the person who stands out in the movie obviously is Christian Bale. I thought he's
Oh
great.
boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Like going in, I didn't know because remember I didn't know characters not like that. Right? I didn't know he was going to be, his British self, quote unquote, right? But
Yeah,
this like for the moment I hear him talk, I was like, all right, I like this character. I like him just for the word go. You know, the smile that he had, the accent. Well, he said probably not Cockney accent, but the little slight. Well, sorry, the little twang that he had with his British accent. I thought worked as well. I love the family dynamic. Even the way
yeah,
how they introduced his wife was clever. I love
yeah.
that too.
Playing wife again.
That would be Catriona Balfe.
Where is
If
she
I got the
from?
name wrong,
She
forgive me. She is
from is
from
not
a
from
show called
Hunter?
Outlander, which I have never seen.
Okay, she not from Mindhunter. She not the one from Mindhunter.
No, she is not.
Okay, okay,
She
okay, okay.
was in Dark Crystal, though, Age of Resistance.
Okay, 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 no
Yeah,
problem. Right.
yeah, but I thought that she was great as well. I really love the family dynamic, between the three of them. It felt real there. And
Yeah,
Matt Damon as well too. I love that they didn't play him as just this. Okay, I'm just gonna be forever affected by this heart thing. Like he does his job. He's affected when the whole business side of things come into play. But he does
right.
what he have to do because he's all about that. He's all about the job now. He's all about the mission. I would say. Did not
Yeah,
expect to see Shane Man in it. John
right.
Blumenthal, but the man are good. I I
Yeah,
I think for the life of me, I never see him. I never saw him in a suit and tie before in anything.
right.
Like,
Well,
hey,
he was.
okay.
I remember he was in a not a in a it was a mobster TV series right after Walking Dead ended. So that's where I know him from in a suit and tie. He was in some mobster shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
movie or TV series. Can't remember.
Probably would have been a movie, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's so much
Well,
shows
look
that
it
he
up.
was in, right? But yeah,
Right,
but
right.
yeah.
But
Sorry.
it's right after he left Walking Dead.
Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, but the moments when he was there, I thought that he killed it. The
Yeah.
supporting cast, it'll be Josh Lucas, Tracy
Right.
Letts, who plays Henry Ford II. They kill it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really, Matt and Christian Bale. That's not just the dynamic between the two of them, but just every time they're on screen, though, what they're given to do, how they portray the characters, the dialogue. Read the Marius was like there's this one scene involving Matt and this plane that he's in that he
Right.
decides, hey, I'm just gonna test drive this for a bit. You know what I mean? Like that caught me by surprise, but I really dug it though. And what we forgot to mention the elephant in the room though. James Mangold, boy. He killed it here. And what I love about this show is that it really does feel like you could tell it's harkening back to that era. Like this is in the mid '60s, right? We could tell that they were harkening back to that early like Technicolor, big widescreen era. Where we like if it's in Technicolor, if it's on the big screen, it has to be larger than life. I mean, not too larger than life, but everything just have to be wide. Everything just have to have this wide focus, this wide lens. And I thought that yes, just for as far as directing goes, James killed it. And the cinematographer, don't know who he is. Just the
Yeah.
visual of it was great. The sound design I thought was on point as well. And then, yeah, car scenes were
Yeah.
great though. Like just the
Yes.
way and I would say as far as editing goes, by some impressive editing just as far as the
Yes.
the car
Yes.
scenes go because you
It's
could
not the,
tell
it's not the
it's different
annoying.
takes there, but they have to cut in
Yeah.
such a way that makes each
Yeah.
rage feels fluid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not the annoying Fast and the Furious snappy editing. It's just like
No,
it
no.
remind me a little bit. You remember a movie called Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yes, yes, yes. With my boy Nick Cage in it. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of remember a little bit of that in terms of how the editing style was.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Well, one show I was thinking about, ironically, and this was a show that I loved back in 2013 when it came out, right? Even though it's a show that I haven't gone back to in quite a long while, that would be Rush.
Right. No, I was about to mention that. But the thing is, I can't put this as good as Rush. It's very similar to Rush, though. In terms of like
Yeah,
this narrative about the world and whatever, and how
yeah,
you have these two figures against each other, kind of thing. Now. Um,
yeah. But I do remember enjoying. Well, all right. If I could kind of compare the two, I can't
no,
say I can't say that I did. Yeah, I love Rush, but I would say Rush is the better of the two, and not just because
yes,
of R-rated film, but I just felt that just with the story, what they were telling about just the rivalry between these two
yeah.
races,
But
that was what they sold it on now.
the reason why, and Rush because of oh gosh, bro,
Yeah,
uh,
Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Brühl. Yeah, Brühl. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
because of
were
Bruce,
great
because of
though.
Bruce's
Yeah,
arc, because of Bruce's character's arc, that works better. But this one, because they had to like chop down a lot of time, that's the only problem with the movie. It doesn't do that all that well. In terms of chopping on what the time should be and how it frames the time. I
right,
thought
right, right.
that was a little weak. So you didn't really get a good enough arc, especially with Ting character now. And well, if I was spoiler with him, I don't know if you want to spoil that.
Let's.
Right.
Um,
So
well,
what did
well, what? One, sorry.
was right? Yeah, what they decided to go, what they went with him, and how they tell that story, that didn't really frame particularly well again, given the time, because they had to cut this and then cut that. So I thought some of the pacing was a little off there. But
Yeah.
overall, on that,
Um.
I thought this was great.
Yeah. What I would say though, like, for its 2.5 hour runtime though, I did
Yeah,
feel this is like my one gripe though. I did feel that there were a few moments that did drag though, and like
right,
especially with the conversation scenes, the business stuff and all that. I think it was around
right,
that time where I was like, okay, let me just try to stay focused because I don't want to think about the stuff that went down before I went into the cinema though. But because of how the story was told, because of how vibrant it was, and because of just how great the characters were, the on-screen characters. I was just on board there, you know what I mean? So while I am not like the biggest car person out there, I got a gist of what was going on. And just because of how appealing the characters were, well, especially Matt Damon and Christian Bale, I was just like, yeah, I could buy this is great, man. I will say though that it like maybe with a second or third viewing, I would say that yeah, this is Mangold's great best movie. A lot of people say that this is his best movie thus far, though, you know what I mean? But I
okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
I just kind of have a soft spot for Logan. I
No,
know it's not really seen much because it's Logan, a comic book movie versus Ford v Ferrari. You know what I mean? I know, but still,
right,
maybe with a couple more viewings, I could say yes, this is easily James Mangold's greatest movie. But for now, it's just a great movie in my opinion, right?
right,
And I would put like this is not top five for me, but this is definitely going to be in top 10 just for the scale of it, just for the
yeah,
technical aspects alone, just for the car races alone. I mean, I know that's
yeah,
three things I call up there, but just for a technical perspective, it's just you know very, very, very well told, very well made. You know what I mean? This really goes back to just old school classic Hollywood movies. You know what I mean? Just those tentpole films there. And if that was the intention, then yeah, I think that James and his team just succeeded, immensely. So yeah, rating wise, if you don't mind me jumping in with the rating, I will give this a decent, a strong 4 to 5. Man, this is an absolute must see.
yeah,
If you, well, I hear people say it's worth seeing in IMAX. I totally agree, but I maybe I should give it a second look, second viewing there. Perhaps I don't know if I'll get around
right,
to it. But yeah, if I get the opportunity, I will check it out there just to hear that
right,
sound design and just to see those glorious car scenes. But
yeah,
overall, it's not just about the visuals, but it's about the characters, and really that's what makes this film work. It's the characters involved, it's their journey, it's the passion that fuels them, even though you have these people behind them just trying to, push them across and make them do what they want to do. But it's just like them kind of holding on to what it is they believe, what it is they love. And yeah, just jumping behind that wheel and just going straight ahead, you know what I mean? So yeah, I that really, really stuck out. That really resonated with me as a whole, right? So when you're a car junkie or that, when you're into that kind of culture that. Yeah, this is an absolute must see. If you're expecting
Yeah.
Fast and Furious type shit, it's not.
Nah.
Although last thing I'll say, I have a feeling that when other trailers do the other trailer on this, I have a feeling they're gonna put in that kind of Fast and Furious joke in between there, because like the perfect show to kind of make reference to, like, no, this is not Fast and Furious, but it's kind of like what Fast and Furious would have been if you had fleshed out characters, bigger motivations, and less
Right.
over the top sci-fi shit. But that's all I'll say. So decent to strong 4 to 5, definitely must see. All right, so what's
Yeah.
your final thoughts and rating on Ford v
Yeah,
Ferrari?
I give this an IMAX.
All right, nice.
I didn't see it at IMAX, but I should have. And I thought this was like really, really, really well done. Really liked it. Great conversations back and forth, good characterization. As far as I know, it's a history thing. Some nerd go on the internet go say, why it's how inaccurate it is or whatever it is. Who cares? I enjoyed for what it was. The ending I love the ending with what happened to him in the ending. That was great.
Yeah, I love the ending as well. Really, really got to me. Yeah,
that was really good, and what he did with that. And yeah, I great Scott. I just want to like you going to make a top 10 for the year.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, not a top 5, but yeah, definitely gonna be within that 6 to 10 bracket, right? But yeah, like we said before, I mean, we loved it. We really enjoyed it for what it is. So yeah, whether you're a car fan or not, definitely check out Ford v Ferrari. You will not be disappointed.